There's nothing quite like discovering that your favorite Disney characters are actually part of the same family tree. With this in mind, Disney has cleverly hidden Easter eggs in nearly all of their films. Stick around until the end to find out which Disney character is Jane's great-grandmother. Are you excited to uncover which Disney characters are connected by bloodlines?
Healthy baby girl. A princess was born with beautiful golden hair.
Ariel and Hercules. It's almost unbelievable to think that Ariel could be related to another Disney character, especially since, well, she's a mermaid after all.
I just don't see things the way he does. I don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
That being said, it turns out the Little Mermaid's family tree is far more intertwined than it seems. Whether Disney deliberately intended for Ariel and Hercules to be cousins is up for debate, but their lineage is hard to deny. How well do you know your Greek mythology? If you're anything like us, you probably didn't until stumbling upon this fascinating fact. As many already know, Hercules is the son of the mighty Zeus, and Zeus has a good number of siblings. Well, it turns out one of them is none other than Triton, Ariel's father. Since Triton and Zeus are both sons of Poseidon, this officially makes Ariel and Hercules first cousins. While one cousin was born high in the sky, the other came into the world deep beneath the ocean's surface. Though they are complete opposites, that doesn't mean they don't share similarities. In the end, they both fell in love with humans and chose to live among them on land. Elsa, Anna, and Rapunzel. When you think about it, it's entirely logical for Disney to weave together a universe where its characters coexist. So it's not exactly shocking to learn that some royal families are linked. Back in 2010, we were introduced to the sweet and determined Rapunzel.
And only then will I return your satchel to you. That is my deal.
We watched in admiration as she fearlessly pursued her dreams. After reclaiming her life and finding love with Eugene, the duo received a special invitation to a coronation ceremony. Eager to meet her extended family, Rapunzel set sail for Arendelle with Eugene by her side. Although 3 years had passed before her visit, Rapunzel appeared thrilled to congratulate Elsa on her big day. Elsa and Anna are first cousins to Rapunzel, and they have more in common than you might expect. This is especially true when you compare Elsa and Rapunzel. Both are blonde and possess magical abilities. On top of that, they know the hardship of being isolated for years. Are you surprised to learn that these princesses share a royal lineage? If so, buckle up, because this is just the beginning of the surprises ahead. Ariel and the Unnamed Mermaid. There's a lot about Ariel that remains a mystery, but thankfully, Disney decided to shed some light by releasing The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning. This film finally answered a long-standing question. Who was Ariel's mother?
Our song.
Our song.
Queen Athena was a kind and noble ruler, but her life was tragically cut short when pirates raided the Mermaid Lagoon. While there's no doubt that Queen Athena was a strong and beloved figure, some believe there may be another version of her out there. Remember the mermaids from Peter Pan? If you take a closer look, you might notice a striking resemblance between Ariel and a particular red-haired mermaid. While Disney has never officially confirmed this theory, they are known for sneaking Easter eggs into their films and remaining silent about them. Peter Pan premiered in 1953, while The Little Mermaid arrived 36 years later. Although this timeline would make it impossible for Queen Athena to be in her prime, there's an important factor to consider. In Neverland, aging doesn't occur. This means that the unnamed mermaid could have spent decades there before eventually choosing to marry King Triton. Emily and Andy. Although Toy Story is technically a Pixar creation, it was distributed by Walt Disney Pictures, so it definitely deserves a spot on this list. And honestly, this revelation is just too intriguing to ignore. We all know Andy. He cherishes his toys, respects his mom, and never forgets about his friends.
Please drop my badge! Woody, no, I'll kill you! Just do it!
But how much do we actually know about his mother? Andy's mom is referred to as Miss Davis, and Disney never reveals her first name. This deliberate omission might seem insignificant, but it actually hints at something much bigger. Miss Davis mentioned that Woody had been in her family for generations, which suggests she may have played with him as a child. In Toy Story 2, we got a glimpse into Jessie's past, where she belonged to a young girl named Emily. During this flashback, Jessie is seen sitting on a bed next to a life-sized version of her signature cowgirl hat. If you look closely, you'll notice it's the exact same hat that Andy wears throughout the series. This connection is all the proof we need. Emily and Andy are mother and son, and she eventually passed down her beloved childhood toys to him: Elsa, Anna, and Tarzan. Nearly every Disney film begins with a significant loss, which can be difficult to process. For this reason, some people avoid watching Bambi altogether, as the first 10 minutes are just too heartbreaking. While Frozen also starts with a tragic accident, its tone makes it easier to stay engaged from the start. As most of you know, Elsa and Anna lost both of their parents when they were young. Their mother and father set sail on a voyage but never returned, leading to their presumed deaths. However, there is a popular theory that suggests King Agnar and Queen Iduna didn't perish at sea. Instead, they were stranded on a remote island, where they had another child, Tarzan. After a leopard attack, Tarzan's parents were forced to leave this world, leaving their son to fend for himself. Fortunately, he was taken in by a caring gorilla, who raised him as her own. Despite never knowing about his heritage, Tarzan is, in fact, a prince. While a reunion between Elsa, Anna, and Tarzan seems unlikely, you never know what the future may bring. Snow White and the Queen. We all recognize Snow White. She's a sweet 14-year-old girl with a complexion as pale as snow.
Oh, how silly of me. I'm Snow White.
This beloved Disney character first captured audiences in 1937 when Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs hit the big screen. While Disney reimagined the classic tale to suit their viewers, the original story had some striking differences. For one, the evil queen and Snow White are actually related by blood. While Disney portrayed the queen as Snow White's stepmother, in the Grimm fairy tale, she was initially her biological mother. When the queen realizes that her daughter is growing into a beauty that surpasses her own, jealousy drives her to hire a huntsman to eliminate her only child. No matter how hard she tries to reclaim the title of the fairest, she never succeeds. While many of us grew up believing that Snow White's mother passed away when she was little, it turns out her mother had been keeping an eye on her all along. Moana and Te Fiti. It might seem unlikely that Moana and Te Fiti share the same lineage, mainly because Te Fiti is more of a landmass than anything else. This powerful goddess has the ability to bring life into existence, which technically makes every human in Moana one of her children. Without her divine touch, the world would be nothing but endless ocean. After creating countless islands, Te Fiti finally rested. Unfortunately, her peace was short-lived as greedy individuals attempted to steal her heart. Stripped of her love and innocence, Te Fiti transformed into Teka, a raging lava creature that spread destruction across the seas. Realizing her heart needed to be restored, the ocean chose a baby named Moana to carry out the mission.
Sail across the sea and restore the heart of Te Fiti.
But why would the ocean select her? Some believe it's because Moana is descended from Te Fiti, and only someone with that connection could return the heart without succumbing to its power. While this theory might sound far-fetched, there's a reason Moana and Te Fiti resemble one another. It's because, in a way, they are one and the same. Maui's actions caused Moana's own heart to feel lost, just as they once did for Te Fiti. Since Maui's interference prevented Moana from sailing as her ancestors did, the parallels between the two become even stronger. While Disney hasn't confirmed this theory, the striking similarities between these two figures make it hard to ignore. Rapunzel and Snow White. Rapunzel and Snow White are worlds apart, yet they share a surprising connection: the same wicked stepmother. While they may not be linked by blood, this still ties them together in a fascinating way. If you subscribe to the theory that the evil queen and mother Gothel are actually the same person, then Rapunzel and Snow White would technically be stepsisters. And as we all know, family isn't just about DNA, it's about who raises you. After failing to secure her place as the fairest of them all, the evil queen began aging like any ordinary person. This was unacceptable to her. Much like the queen, Mother Gothel is obsessed with staying young and beautiful. She became so desperate that she sought out a magical flower capable of restoring her youth. When her prized blossom was taken and used elsewhere, Gothel resorted to kidnapping baby Rapunzel, planning to exploit her powers indefinitely. Her scheme unraveled when Eugene severed Rapunzel's hair, severing the magic with it. At that moment, Mother Gothel's true form was revealed, a withered, ancient crone. The eerie similarities between her and the evil queen make it easy to believe they could be the same person. So, even though Rapunzel and Snow White never crossed paths, they were both raised by the same sinister force, making them unfortunate stepsisters, Prince Eric and Prince Philip. Princess Ariel had only one dream, to follow her heart, which led her on a life-changing adventure. After falling for Prince Eric from a distance, she made a risky pact with Ursula, the Sea Witch.
What I want from you is
Your voice.
My voice?
Trading her voice for legs, Ariel did everything she could to capture Eric's heart. On their first evening together, Eric invited Ariel to a grand supper, where they dined in a magnificent hall. At first glance, this scene appears completely ordinary, but some eagle-eyed fans spotted something intriguing. Hanging on the wall of the Great Hall is a portrait of a man with brown hair and a woman with golden locks. Many believe this couple to be none other than Princess Aurora and Prince Philip. But why would Eric have their portrait displayed so prominently? Could he be related to them? While there's no definitive proof, many suspect that Eric is a descendant of either Aurora or Philip. Though this theory is a bit speculative, it aligns with Disney's tendency to weave its characters' worlds together. Jane and Belle. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Who is Jane's great-grandmother? It's none other than Princess Belle. Disney is known for sneaking subtle clues into their films, and one of the most noticeable is the presence of Beauty and the Beast's enchanted tea set in Tarzan. So let's break it down. Firstly, Jane and Belle share a striking resemblance and even wear similar yellow dresses. Secondly, both fall for men who are more beast-like than human. While Belle is French and Jane is English, this could easily be explained by Belle's descendants relocating to England during the French Revolution. Given this history, it makes perfect sense for Jane to own the Beauty and the Beast tea set. It was likely passed down through generations. Another thing Jane inherited? Her great-grandmother's love of books. Before you go, tell us, which Disney family connection is your favorite? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.